Welcome back. I'm Shaq. We got ourselves another video. Dr. Bryant versus Sarah Fontenot. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but they both have been on Cam Newton's show. These two about to have like a real back and forth about high functioning or whatever they like to call it. When I hear it, all I hear is emotional intelligence. But in this video, you're gonna see the difference in both of them. Like one person who is like an annoyance, just a problem to society.
I'm a strong black woman, and I cannot be intimidated.
And another one who's attempting to just to survive with that person that's a problem in society. Let you know right now, you can't. You gotta kick the one that's the problem.
Hit the Cash App and I might.
You got Cash Apps. Melvin T, $5. You a real one. Thank you, Melvin. Lamont, $5. 8 at the table is trash. Yeah, the trash emoji, like a little basket thing. Every time I think Rico is not gonna do something Rico-ish, try to keep the women comfortable in their delusion, he fails me. Black, $5. Love the content, brother. You triggered, I'm triggered. We all triggered. I'm starting to understand that more people get triggered. I used to think that I had a problem until I realized that the world get triggered by like stupidity. Uriah, $5. Stay triggered, bro. I am. All of y'all are just letting me know that being triggered is common. I guess everybody just get triggered once they get in a car then. Shit. We should start a triggered movement. But the only thing is, we don't have purple hair. I think dudes with wigs are like women. But hold up, you just hitting this video, need to hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. In the comment section, give me a thumbs up or a heart, just to let me know that it's real. Let's waste no more time. Let's roll the clip.
Oh, you ain't know what that was? Oh, that doo-doo, baby.
One of you, give me a clean definition of high functioning women.
Okay, I'm gonna go first because I coined high functioning, low functioning, and high value. I coined that on Nick Cannon's show. And I had trademarked it and coined it years before that. I just happened to say it on Nick's show and it went viral and blew up. And then all of the blogs and everyone start using high functioning, low functioning, and using my rubric to measure whether somebody was high functioning, low functioning, or high valued. And then I'll let
This lady acting like she coined high value? When did she start saying high value? She said high value before Kevin Samuels? Kevin Samuels said high value happened a while ago. Is she just trying to take somebody's word? Or maybe she did say it and they just didn't credit it to her. That could be something. I don't know. I never seen you say it before him. So high value, high functioning, maybe. I don't know about high value.
let Sarah explain what her take is on it. For me, the functionality that I'm talking about is how well do you function relationally within yourself and in a relationship with the person. Meaning, high functioning is just a person who says, I can identify my emotion before I get into my feelings, because feelings cause problems, emotions don't. So I can identify how I feel angry. Okay, I can process before I produce. Let me process what anger looks like before I produce a reaction that does not provide a resolve, because high functioning people think and speak to provide resolve. Low functioning people react to create more impairment and more problem to the already existing problem.
Ain't that just emotional intelligence she's talking about? It sounds like she just took what emotional intelligence is and just called it high functioning. I could be wrong. I'm very sure that's all emotional intelligence is. I'm so sure.
I think that's really strong. And I think for me, you know, it's hard because we hear these catchphrases like gaslighting, narcissist, high functioning, low functioning. We hear all of these words. And ultimately, I think what's most important is for each person to get clear with the people they are in relationship with, that are we all on the same boat of what they do mean? Because I think that's a really powerful way to look at high functioning. And I also think for me, I use more high value, high earning than I do functioning. Because functioning in essence is something that you do. Value in essence is something that you are. And so a value is a value system. It's character, it's integrity, it's the barometer in which you check yourself, and then the function, when you act that thing out, that's where you're going from that space. So I completely understand and agree with you in as far as like how high functioning looks that way, low functioning looks this way. But ultimately, I think what's most important is for people to understand inside of their environment, is everyone clear on the way that we're going with it, on the way way that it means, on the actual intention of
No,
it.
I hear what you're saying.
That makes sense. That makes sense. She said, let's just speak the same language, everybody. The word don't really mean anything. Let's just understand each other. That made perfect sense.
And just to add to that, people need to be clear on where they are in their functionality,
Yes.
and where the people around them are in their
Yes.
functionality, and how does that collective function.
Yep.
That's why I said it's important to be a hybrid, because none of us are functioning at a high level all the time. That's called dehumanized.
Yep.
All of us have low functioning moments. And if we are too high functioning, that means that we are too much in our arrogance and we're transactional, and relationships have no place for transaction. The boardroom is transactional.
Did you just say people with bad emotional intelligence should want people with bad emotional intelligence, and then you just try to demonize the people with good emotional intelligence because they won't tolerate you having bad emotional intelligence? That's what she just said. Then she said it was arrogant. How did you demonize somebody with good emotional intelligence when that's what everybody should strive for? Are you saying we shouldn't strive for that because you don't think it's possible for everyone to have good emotional intelligence? Was that logical? Was that logical at all? It didn't sound very doctor-like. It sounded like people should accept me being stupid because there's a lot of stupid people out here. And the people who aren't stupid, shame them. I might be wrong, but that's what I heard.
Relationships is where I'm connected with my functionality. That's where my trauma will show up.
Okay, just 2 seconds. Lady. Now, let me tell y'all something. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, actually Berkeley, Missouri, $17,000. Went to University of Mississippi, but I majored in Kappa Alpha Psi. Hey. I want you to just really, ladies, I want you to break it down, because right now on the other side of this camera, there are ladies who are saying, am I high functioning? Am I have value? Because they're doing what they have to do. They went to school. They have a job. They're doing what they're supposed to do, and their relationships aren't being successful. So can we just break it down so the normal lady can just understand?
Yes, and first and foremost, I just want to say this as a disclaimer. We all have value. Because I think that sometimes people are like, oh, I'm high value, and automatically that means, oh, I'm the best person out here and you're different.
Right.
Yeah, and that's not what we're saying at all. Yeah. It's almost like, and this is probably a terrible analogy, but I'm going to give it.
Talk your talk.
If we look at diamonds, right? There is the VVS1 perfectly cut, flawless diamond, and then there's the diamonds that you break into little pieces and it fills other jewelry.
Diamond K or diamond N.
Period. So inside of that, with those two things, both are valuable, both are necessary, but they're used for different things. And so whenever I talk about high value or high function, I think what's most important for the women that are listening at home to think and say to yourself, what is it that I want? What is it that I want from my girlfriends? What is it that I want from my partner? What is it that I want from my kids? And when you're looking at it in that space of this is who and how I want to be, you get to define your value, because value is also subjective. Some people might look at us and be like, yo, they too much work. I couldn't, they ain't valuable to me. That's nothing but a headache. Right. And to someone else, they're like, oh, this is a powerhouse partner. Yeah. This is someone I could build with, I could live with, I could grow with.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
I see it floating around on social media.
Yes.
I mean, since the days of Kevin Samuels. Is it in the DSM-5? And is it dangerous to be giving out?
Yes, it is.
To be giving out advice based on catchphrases?
First of all, yes, it is in the DSM-5. And for those of you who don't know what DSM-5 stands for, it's the Diagnostic Statistical Manual that therapists, psychologists, and psychiatrists use to diagnose their patients. Now, I did that for the first 4 years of my career when I was a marriage, family, and child therapist. I no longer diagnose. Where it talks about it is from a social and occupational level of functioning. So it's in the DSM. There's no diagnosis for high functioning or low functioning, but it talks about the functionality of a person. That rubric of how somebody functions is how they diagnose if you are far this way functioning on the spectrum or far this way functioning on the spectrum. So to break it down a little easier is...
Yeah, because this is a very junction. What's your function? I don't know. So I need you to give it to me.
Let me go easy. Functionality is how well can you regulate your emotions.
Right.
Period. How well can you regulate your emotions so you're creating
emotional intelligence.
And you're in your high emotional intelligence. So high functioning is I'm just being...
You and your high emotional intelligence. She just said it. Why we keep saying high functioning if she even knows it was called emotional intelligence?
Emotionally intelligent. I know how to function there.
Right.
But this is what it is. It's what were you gonna say, Will?
I was gonna ask something that was probably like a little off.
Go ahead.
But like, do you have your stuff together or don't you have your stuff together? Like, just break it down. Like, so I understand, like, it's in the DSM-5, you have functioning here, you have functioning there. The only issue that I see now is that people who ain't never been in the DSM-5 is starting to say, well, no, he's high functioning and he high value, and it's becoming an excuse for people to commit and submit to relationships because they think they high value.
No, high function doesn't mean you're superior to anybody. That's not what it means.
Okay, so all I'm
But you are superior when it comes to emotional intelligence. That didn't make no sense to me. How can I be a high functioning and there's a low functioning person and I'm not superior in this thing? Maybe I'm wrong. I won't give y'all that. Maybe I'm wrong. But it sounds like that was just like a contradiction. Because then there's no need for high functioning or low functioning. I'm so confused.
saying is inside of the functionality. So like she said, it's not in there, but you could infer that it's in there. And what that means is there's a spectrum of how we all behave.
Of course.
Right? Are you ratchet and nuck if you buck, or are you classy? That's really all it comes down to. And where do you lie on the spectrum? It's almost like masculinity and femininity. We all have each, right? Masculinity and femininity, they are not genders, they are energies, and we all have both. Masculinity is certain, it's decisive, it's strong, it's let's do it, it's get it done, it's achievement. Femininity is flow, it's cooing, it's nurturing, it's let me raise
I like the way your
up.
voice changed.
Thank you.
It's nurturing.
I'm a feminine woman, you know? So I say that to say we all have both, but where are you at on the spectrum? And so when you read, David Data has an amazing book called The Way of the Superior Man.
Yes, that's my favorite book.
That book.
It's an amazing, every woman and man should read that.
You was reading it?
The book is called Superior Man. So there's somebody who's superior, right? I'm so confused. Are they just, is this just a big contradiction that's happening right now?
I'm an avid reader, okay?
Okay. I don't want to be in the Me Too movement.
So
wait, before y'all go on, I want to say.
No, wait, let me finish this point. Let me bring this home.
You could be ratchet. You could be ratchet and still be high functioning. Because you could be, because I want to say this.
You should stop talking. Did you just force yourself in the conversation while she was still speaking? That right there, my friend, was considered ratchet. And I pray you did not just try to say, wait, let's see if she does say it. Give a second.
You could be ratchet and still be high functioning. Functioning is not about a ratchetness or not a ratchetness. Ratchet gives a very derogatory.
How can you be emotionally intelligent and still be ratchet? So she definitely said what I thought she was finna say. You just said that a person can be ratchet and also have be high functioning, aka have emotional intelligence. Like that sound wild. Being ratchet means you quickly act on your emotions. That was just you have been contradicting yourself this whole time. She's just speaking fast, and that tight shirt that she wearing with them knee knockers on her is just wild. Okay, I don't know who's like her image consultant or designer is, but you know, pretty wild. I can't believe she said that. That was a contradiction. Just loud.
Response of it though.
But no. A person can be ratchet and be high functioning. How you function has nothing to do with if you're ratchet, if you're hood, or if you're not. A functionality is how well do you
ratchet and hood ain't the same.
Exactly, and I agree with that. So if you are traumatized, right? Let's say that you are triggered all the time because you haven't taken the time to resolve your trauma. This is a response. Oftentimes what we label as ratchet or nuck if you buck or whatever it is, it's because those are the way those women are behaving. It's not a look. It's not an essence. It's not an energy.
But let me ask you this.
No, let me finish. It's how they finish. No, Dr. B, let me finish. You don't ever let me finish. Let me finish.
My emotions. My emotions.
What is she doing? Stop speaking. Let the lady finish her point. This lady's supposed to be a doctor? The one who can't actually have a conversation correctly? You just gonna start talking while she was just destroying your ass about what you just said? I'm so happy she said that. No. Hold up. Being ratchet, that's something you're doing. Stepping on someone Jordans and them going to their car to get their other pew stick. Like that's ratchet. The worst part, she thought she could just change the conversation. Who are the people saying the thing? Don't try to change the conversation, heifer. This is why you ain't supposed to listen to her.
Question.
No, you can't ask the question because I didn't
but you're generalizing.
She's already, we got company
I know, but she's generalizing. You can't generalize and say
you're generalizing by saying
Who is calling somebody ratchet for having a trauma response?
It's all subjective.
I now see. My eyes is now opened. Everybody, I want y'all to know. If you don't know, I at least know. She wants to stop you from calling her ratchet, trying to hide under her trauma. Just because you got trauma don't change the fact that you're ratchet. There's no need for an example when it comes to this. She's just trying to defend herself right now. We might as well just check this off. Dr. Bryant is a liar. She's a straight hair weave wearing liar. Paging Dr. Dumb.
right?
There we
And
go.
this is the thing
There
that
we
we
go.
all have to have this conversation,
It's
and it goes back
subjective.
to the spectrum of things, and it also goes back to your environment. The DSM-5 does not have you are high functioning, you are low
But it has
functioning.
functioning in it, 100%.
Yes, it
It has
does have
function-
That's not the same thing. That's not the same. Oh, that just pissed me off. Just because it. Oh. That's like me saying there is high functioning retarded people and low functioning retarded people. That's not in there. You mean just retarded? Well, the word retarded is in there. Who asked you if one piece of the word was there? You say low and high. She said low and high is not there. I'm so upset. I'm so upset right now.
functioning,
in
but
it,
it is
written
a
in the word.
spectrum.
Yes.
And inside of the spectrum, you get to see where do you lie. And that's only something that you can figure out through your own life experience and the mirroring back from people and the responses that you're getting. Everything else is just subjective. There's no way to say, oh, you are high functioning, because to somebody else, you're low functioning.
So ladies,
I mean, in the way that
That's
you're
true.
saying it, yes.
Because we got to move forward. We got to move
That
forward.
was
okay?
true.
I think these internet psychiatrists and internet Instagram people, they're catering. It's an echo chamber.
Yeah.
They're catering to the sheeple, and
Yeah.
people are going to this because they want to be agreed with. I think as a person who has gone through a lot of therapy, and my therapist said, Ryan, the things that you were doing is like you had a broken antenna. Right? And so you could not see the things, and you were deflecting. And once we started to work on that and your antenna started to become straight, you could see things that was coming. My question is because it's hysterical, is historical. Because when people start acting crazy, you're like, damn, why she go off like that? It's because something that happened to her back in the day. So how practical is the whole labeling of women in the first place?
So,
do you think the idea alienates certain groups of women, like single moms? I'm a struggling single mom, I'm a career-focused woman, I'm LGBTQ, or those who fit conventional beauty and income standards? What you think?
I personally think that labeling is a way that the world tries to tell you who you are. And I think in a world where everybody tries to tell you who you are, it's really important for you to know for yourself.
That made perfect sense what she just said. Everyone's labeling you. You should know who you are then. This lady is awesome.
I think that oftentimes we get so caught up in this person said this person has this bias, this person XYZ, and none of that ultimately matters. What matters most is you have to ask yourself, what do I want? And that's what I talk about a lot on my platform. I talk to the woman that either is, wants to be, or wants to enhance her high value feminine energy so that she can attract a high value, high earning masculine man. Now, if that's what you want, there are certain things that you have to be inside of. There's a certain way that you have to be in order to attract that thing. If that's not what you want, then do whatever works for you.
Big screen. Tell you right now, if she had an afro, boom, 100% awesome. She's been awesome and pregnant. Afro and pregnant. Now that Dr. Bryant lady, she's crazy. That lady's bad crazy. Crazier than a fish with titties. I love to say that phrase because it lets you know how crazy I think a person really is. So y'all telling me Biggie with the red glasses over there just gonna allow Dr. Bryant lady just to keep cutting people off? This ain't even her show. That's the wild part. This ain't even her show, and she just kept doing that. This other lady named Sarah. Oh my God, Sarah. Sarah is you and me forever. Sarah, smile with an afro. If you had afro, I would tell you, Sarah, leave. You made the most sense to me. Dr. Bryant just said that a person who be on ratchet, like they can be high functioning. Like, I don't even think she know what ratchet means. That sound wild, that conversation. That Dr. Bryant lady is actually retarded. I have now had enough. Stop inviting her on things and let her speak. Then she said she started high value. Wow.
Oh, you ain't know what that was? Oh, that doo-doo, baby.